Hey, so I'm just ranking my favorite games. I'm trying to figure out where Pikmin 4 should go. What? Hey, I'm you for the past. Why did you come here? To talk about Pikmin 4? What's with the green suit? Yeah, long story. So, you've played Pikmin 4, right? Yeah, I have. Oh, it's just gotta be the best Pikmin game. I mean, it took 10 years to make. Tell me about it. Okay. Pikmin 4 changes a lot about the previous Pikmin games. For starters, the worlds. Instead of smaller pathways, 4 has big open worlds. They're so big, you're able to move your ship between different spots in the world to make it easier to collect stuff. All that sounds nice on paper, but leads to it being a lot less fun. Because it's so big, it takes a while getting anywhere and takes pretty much all your focus to explore. While in Pikmin 3, it was simple enough that you could multitask with other captains, having each one take a different path. Here though, there aren't any explicit paths, making it much harder and more likely that you're gonna explore with just one person at a time. Wait, so you don't split your captains up? You can, and sometimes it's useful, but not for exploring. The game also changes many mechanics from 3, such as the camera. Here, the camera can be pointed forward or kept high looking down. The problem is that it combines the options of looking down or forward with the options of looking far away or looking close up. So if you want to look down, you have to be far away, and if you want to look forward, you have to be close up. And because of this, I never really liked where the camera was, though I do understand why they did it like this. Oh yeah, this game also gives you an inventory with a ton of things you can use. There's things you'd expect, like the spray that the previous games had, or even things to heal. But we also have bomb rocks, where we throw them instead of the Pikmin. It works, it's just a change that I'm unsure if I like. We also get a ton of equipment, like a drone we can use to fly around and look at the environment. It's really cool to use when looking for treasures, or just waiting for the last Pikmin to arrive. Speaking of Pikmin, we also get a few abilities to call them. Call Pikmin? Yeah, you can just straight up call any inactive Pikmin. That's... It can be really useful, however, useful stuff can sometimes be overpowered. But here, with the worlds being huge, I think it's fine. I mean, it's a fix for a problem with the worlds that I just wish we didn't have to start with, but still. Because you have so many new things that you can do, the game doesn't really know how to lay out all your abilities, so you have to decide which ones you want to map onto the D-pad, which could be either really cool or terrible depending on how you map it. I think the way I laid it out was decent, but I also didn't really use all the mechanics because a lot of them were annoying to get to. So the areas are designed differently, and we have different controls, but how are they actually to play? About as good as the previous game. Pikmin games are usually just grassy areas, with the occasional unique area like a snowy area or a river. Pikmin 4 is no exception, with most areas being just grassy with a few unique ideas, like one being near sprinklers. However, there are some great ideas too. Area 3 has a cool aesthetic of being at the beach, with sand everywhere, and even has the cool idea of having a rising tide halfway through a day. That's a really cool idea that fits the aesthetic and adds on to the gameplay. Area 4, however, is the idea that I've always wanted. A house. Wait, we finally got to explore an actual house? Yeah. What's wrong? I don't want to sound like I'm just complaining, but I don't really think the house works at all. There's a lot of empty space, and most of the places you want to go are super high up, making exploring really irritating. I think it looks really cool, but it doesn't play nearly as well as the previous levels. So the maps are bad? No, I mean, it's Pikmin, and Pikmin's always fun, and the maps are good at what they strive to be. I just, I prefer the old style. Okay, well, at least the other things we like are better, like the Pikmin being automated. Well, Pikmin 4 goes further. Nice! Sometimes a bit too far. Automation is fun, to an extent, but pushed too far and you don't really have to play the game anymore. 3 had Pikmin do some activities automatically, like building these bridges, but it still relies on you to go back and get them to stop them from dying. 4 has similar piles of materials, but once they're empty, the Pikmin just go home and keep themselves safe. But they still go back and forth by themselves, right? Like collecting a pile of things? Because that was really satisfying. Well, yeah, but, well, remember the grapes? Yeah, the fruit they grabbed one by one until it slowly disappeared. It was so satisfying. They broke the grapes. What? So it's like the same thing, but just like more steps? Well, no, the materials do have other uses. It's just, we'll get into that later. Okay. Mentioned that earlier? Whoa. Why didn't you mention that earlier? They're like the best part of the game. Because it has a captain replacement. You can upgrade him? Can you upgrade yourself? We'll get to that. No, that sounds awesome. Let's talk about it now. We're working our way down the list. It's coming. And you have a captain. So even more stuff is automated. And you have a captain that can attack stuff and carry stuff. You must get stuff done really quickly. Well, probably not. But at least they didn't break. Well, that sucks, but, look on the bright side. At least they didn't bring back the caves from 2. They really sucked. No. Is the best one, right? I mean, Mario 3 is the best one, right? We're the same person? You already know I agree. So the caves are just as bad as they were in 2. Mostly. Though there are some improvements. Oh yeah, here's something cool. What's the best cave in Pikmin 2? Probably the one that you can only bring blue Pikmin, because it means that you can't brute force all hazards, and because there's a water wraith, and that's a really cool enemy. Well, it basically just returns. Wait, that's cool and all, but purple Pikmin return? Oh yeah, they do. So, commanding Pikmin is just worse in this game? Yeah, pretty much, with one notable exception. In Pikmin 2, purple and white didn't have onions since they were found in caves, and since caves return, do ice Pikmin have onions? Spoilers, if you haven't played the game. Anyway. Remember that? Wait, you can get purple and white onions? That's awesome. Hey, do you remember that weight in 2 that you needed 100 purples to get, and you just had to grind to get them? Man, that onion would have made it super easy. Oh, I wish it did. What? Stop making it sound worse. You're so... Why? Why don't you just... Wait, you're so stupid. We are literally the same person. So, the worlds aren't as good, and the Pikmin aren't as good. At the very least, is combat any good? I mean, Ice Pikmin do add an interesting layer, but Ochi makes it, a lot easier, so it's fine. What about bosses? Are they as good as they were in 3? They're not even close. Spoilers again, I guess. Okay, so at least one boss is good, and everything else is worse. Great. Well, at least one thing I liked about 3 was that you could play it over and over again since it was fairly short. Can you do that with 4? No, not at all. No. 1, 2, and 3. Well, Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 all had optional collectibles. Does 4 just have a lot more? Well, the game's got a weird endings thing. Here? Wait, so Louis is just the villain here? Yeah, pretty much. Well, what do? Do they lock him in prison or punish him in any way whatsoever? Nope, they just call him a troublemaker, and that's it. You're a nerd. You're a nerd. We're the same I know. There's side quests? Shut up, I'm literally about to tell you about them. Are you okay? No. Wow, that upgrading system sounds really cool. It can be, but similar to the onion upgrades, it doesn't always work. The game has just said I'll talk about it. Side game. Wow, it sounds like there's a ton of stuff to do in the side game. Oh, we aren't even close to being done. That sounds really cool. I just wish we could use glow Pikmin in the regular stages. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. You kinda can. Wait, so is Pikmin 4 good or not? I'm really confused. Yeah, me too. But if I'm adding it to my favorites, it's gotta go under 3. Wow. Yeah. You're lying. What? Pikmin 4 has to be the best game in the series. It took 10 years. No way I'm waiting that long just for it to be worse than 3. Woo! Pikmin 4! Okay. I hope you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing. I'm gonna go play Pikmin 3.